Ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's first teaser trailer over at Star Wars Celebration, it left a lot of fans very excited and eager to see the third and final trailer after the second teaser that was debuted over at D23. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is, of course, going to be a revelation movie with many different twists and turns that will lead to saga-wide implications within the Skywalker saga that's really going to change how we view the past 8 Star Wars films that come before this one. Now, on top of all this, we do know that the new trailer is going to be very important to Disney and Lucasfilm in order to market this movie correctly, in order to gain the trust of fans to go ahead and see the final installment. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming Episode 9 Trailer 3, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Kylo Ren is running through an army of warriors and killing them with his lightsaber one by one, where it's described that one of the sequences is said to involve Ren using Force lightning upon one of the clan members on an unknown world with tons of trees with red smoke in the background by the First Order. Now, it's described that the sequence is said to demonstrate just how ruthless Kylo Ren will be in the beginning of the film, that brand new moves and fighting styles are revealed in the upcoming Trailer 3 of Episode 9. Now, the next describes a sequence in which Rey is said to be on a floating rock on the forest moon of Endor, where it's explained that Leia is said to be standing behind Rey and guiding her through the ways of the Force. As this happens, it's also explained that past dialogue of Han Solo from The Force Awakens can be heard in the background, and that this shot establishes that Leia will be training Rey for a brief scene in the upcoming film, as one of the pieces of dialogue by Rey refers to Leia as Master Leia. It said that while Rey was meditating, the Skywalker saber was said to be in 2 halves, in mid-air that eventually snaps together into one piece, once Leia is said to deliver dialogue. The next explains a sequence in which Palpatine is said to be seen looking out a large window on board of one of his large Star Destroyers, where he is said to be looking out to a large planet getting demolished by his new superweapons called the Annihilators. Lastly, a description of what's said to be a rear shot of a young Luke Skywalker climbing up stone steps that leads to a large Jedi statue. The world is not said to be the world of Octu, however a different world, and serves as a flashback sequence. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about the third trailer of Episode 9, which by the way is going to debut in about 2 weeks from now, is that of course this really is going to be the final push of the marketing of Episode 9. This really is going to be the big push for promoting Episode 9 and getting it familiar with a lot of new fans, casuals, and hardcore fans around the world. Now, with that being said, the fact that they are trying to really do something amazing with, of course, these key characters, such as Rey, Palpatine, Luke, Leia, you name it. The one piece that I really want to go over is Kylo Ren, and his ability to use Force lightning. Now, in case you guys did not know, Kylo Ren is going to be far more evil than ever before in The Rise of Skywalker in comparison to how they were using him in The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi. So, in this particular scenario, it's said that Kylo Ren is killing all of these warriors one by one, an army if you will, where it most likely connects to what we saw in the first teaser trailer back in April of this year, where he's actually pinning somebody down to the ground with his crossguard. Now, these warriors, by the way, are actually said to be protecting a relic that once belonged to Darth Vader that leads to the unknown regions that's actually called the Wayfinder device. Now, we can really see how the dots are starting to connect here and how everything is really starting to make a lot more sense with, of course, The Rise of Skywalker. So, with that being said, we do know that Episode 9 is going to be a movie that's going to connect to the past 8 Star Wars films. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over is the Forest Moon of Endor. Now, this is said to be a moment in which Rey is said to be meditating on a floating boulder, with Leia in the background, guiding her through the ways of the Force, where Han Solo dialogue from the past, of course, from The Force Awakens, can be heard in the background, where Rey is actually able to call her Master Leia at a certain point in time in the upcoming footage. Now, this also matches up with previous leaks that Leia is going to train her through the ways of the Force for a very brief scene in the first act of Episode 9, telling her about the ways of the Jedi and what her brother Luke taught her in, of course, the Rise of Skywalker and, of course, everything that falls in between of Episodes 6 and 7. So you can really see what they're trying to do. They're trying to create a very iconic moment between the legacy characters of Luke, Han, Leia, and even Palpatine by doing all these incredible things in the upcoming footage in order to really sell this movie off as a movie that's not only going to cater to the sequel trilogy characters, but also to the classic characters from the original trilogy that's going to be used in different and unexpected ways for the audience once they go ahead and watch this film come December of this year. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.